At the end of the song? Hard to tell. So, overshare of the day. Right before the stream, when I was setting up the stream, I had gone out to, I was out at the skin doctor this morning. Anyways, that's irrelevant. I was wearing jeans this morning, and right before the stream, after hitting start, but sitting here in the dark, I decided that was not comfortable, and I switched to shorts. So I ran over there in the dark, and I switched to my shorts. Played the past 2 hours. Just took a break. Went to the bathroom. Couldn't find my zipper because my shorts were on backwards. Darth, you can Darth, it's on Origin on PC. If you buy complete version of Madness Returns, you get the first game. Some talk about the game mechanics. RE7 characters, mechanics, scripting, bosses, special attacks, special situations. Yeah, I'm not terribly impressed with 7 like I was with some of the other games. But and I don't just mean Resident Evil games. Other games we played in October, but Resident Evil 1, at least we have played 2 different Resident Evil games, the remake of the very first, and then the newest entry in the series. And I gotta say, I liked where it began quite a bit more than where it's ended up. But let's see it through. We're not done with the Bakers yet. Heard a lot of praise for the visual, I guess for the art design in this game. Although I haven't heard people say art design, but a lot of people say it looks good. The style they've chosen for this game doesn't light my fire. Not just that it's kind of drab and sepia toned, but it's not just when it goes into the VHS mode and it's clearly found footage, but even here where it's not found footage, it almost has a pre-recorded fuzzy look. And this is with motion blur off. And it just sort of, I think it's on purpose. It's intentional that it looks kind of fuzzy, and maybe that's supposed to be scarier. It's an eye strain is what it is. I like to know what I'm looking at. I don't want to stare down grays on top of grays with a little smear of brown. And what am I looking at? It'll be 39 next week. I may not be old, but my eyes are hardly fucking young. I don't wear glasses at all yet, and I don't want to have to start. We played Amnesia right before this. Amnesia: The Dark Descent. And one thing I didn't expect from Resident Evil 7 was to look at a lot of the environment and textures. And I know I don't have it cranked up all the way, but even when we had it cranked up most of the way, it didn't change the way things looked. A little extra detail in the textures did not change the fact that they are deliberately muddy.
Are you my nightmare? Or am I yours?
Hey Matthew, welcome. I like hearing that. Hope you're doing well, Matthew. It's next Wednesday, Darth. We don't have a stream scheduled for that day. I'm not big on celebrating.
Greetings, my excellent friends.
No, Rain, it doesn't look like Amnesia. I'm sorry if I made it sound like this looks like Amnesia textures. But having just played that, we spent a lot of time in Amnesia. And I had a an awareness of the textures there and how gray a lot of the dark areas were. The gamma wasn't. That was a lot of fun. That game showed its age and it was okay. It worked. This is a brand new game that to me visually feels a lot like Amnesia. And maybe that's because we played it right before playing this game. I've got it fresh in my mind. But where I went through Amnesia going, oh, this is all kind of muddy, but it's pretty old, indie team, okay. But this is brand new, almost brand new. And I'm getting the same feel from it. Although the dark is, the blacks in Resident Evil 7 are black, and the blacks in Amnesia were a little too gray. It was hard to get that right. I digress. Rambling diatribe over for now. February 18th, 1892. There was a collapse in the Patterson mine. Huon and Beckford are dead, and Huxley will never walk on his own again. Old man Stan was right. The ground there is too unstable. February 19th, 1892. The company's not going to send us any replacements. They want us to work double shifts instead. I can't wait to get back to the old country. Abercrombie Salt Mine, South Dulvey. Are they watching us from that helicopter? I remember wondering at the beginning of the game why we can't zoom in on pictures and objects that we pick up. We can rotate them, but the game will not allow us to zoom in any greater detail. So, you know, they didn't have to make any greater detail for those objects since we're not allowed to zoom. Design decision. Okay. I said I was done for now, but I'm just looking at the environment around us. It's 2017.
Alpha 1, this is Bravo 1. Do you read?
This is Alpha 1. Report. Did you find anything?
A thorough search of the Baker property revealed 0 survivors. Repeat, 0 survivors. We did find evidence of a skirmish.
Evelyn?
Negative. However, we did find several encrypted messages from the Baker's son Lucas to an unknown third party. You can probably guess who that was.
That's just great. We've had reports in the abandoned mine south of the property. I'm gonna go have a look.
Roger that. We'll meet you at those coordinates.
If you encounter Evelyn, orders are shoot to kill. Repeat, shoot to kill.
There's performance issues to be considered too. I've turned a lot of settings down. We're on a 980 GTX, not a TI, not a 1080, 980, but a 980, 4 gigs of RAM, solid state drive, i7, 4 gigahertz. It's, you know, it's not Manny's computer, but this game with the settings turned down should run a lot smoother than it does. And I've gone down to the crappiest anti-aliasing for performance as well. I'm sure somewhere in here there's some settings that would get the game running nice and smooth. We shouldn't have to mess with that. There are plenty of games that are smooth on a wide variety of PC hardware. This game has been anything but smooth. Stabilizers, if we want to reload faster. 44 costs 9 coins. Our total number of coins I can check on, but I don't think you've taken me as things. We have 7 coins. Is things. She never did find the machine gun. So we don't have the machine gun. No point in taking the ammo, we don't have the machine gun. I'll use the shotgun. What do we have for it? Some shells? We do. The burner? Do we have fuel? Make some things too. We've got some stuff. Let's make some stuff. Handgun ammo. Lockpick. Solid fuel. The MPM handgun. E17 and MPM. Is one of those better? S7, how you doing? I think we're gonna be playing this the rest of the day.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Woo! Gonna beat the game. We gotta beat the game. Find his frog hair, huh? And the flamethrower I will bring if we have fuel for it. I just don't see any fuel. We have solid fuel. We can combine that with the strong chem and make some, but that strong chem can be combined with the herb to make a good heal. Have a lot of handgun ammo, chem fluid, and gunpowder makes handgun ammo. I take the grenade launcher, but I don't think we have any shells for that. So burner but no fuel, grenade launcher but no shells. We'll take the shotgun, handgun, some extra ammo for the handgun, heals. I don't know what our next job is. Enhanced handgun ammo. We had to, that was okay. Bring that enhanced handgun ammo. Smoke bombs. That into a heal. Bring the chem fluid with. I wish the chem fluid stacked. That would be real nice. I'm gonna take one psychostimulant. Since I left the game running on Tuesday, the game thinks we've been playing for more than 48 hours. Take down Eveline. Investigate the mine hideout. Hopefully we will find another stash before we run into her. Maybe we'll be able to make some shells for the grenade launcher. We just want to run past these. We don't want to have to fight all of these. Hit the button and move. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's not how you hit button when there's a fucking train of monsters
y'all drinking that wine
behind
too,
you.
weren't you? Smoking them tweeds and everything. Wearing the old clothes all half off your ass. What the hell's going on today?
That's the plan, Crash. I really hope we can get there. Gotta finish this first. Ah! You know how you hit the button when you've got a train of monsters behind you? BAM! That's how you hit the fucking button when you got monsters behind. Asshole! Ethan! Asshole! Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you all! Just, you take the elevator. I'll take the next one. This is... Fuck you, Ethan. Before you even touch the button, I'm just gonna say it preemptively. Fuck you, Ethan. Just take your time, why don't you? Headshots on something moving that fast. They do slow down. They get on the ground like this, and they're moving towards you, and they slow long enough that you can aim and shoot. Oh, maybe you can. I rarely can. You can go under this, but let's go under it, and maybe we'll get chased, and we can go back under it. And remember that it's there. Okay, so we found some herb. Find that. We've got 2 heals now. Picked up some fuel for the burner. And I'm carrying the vial, some sort of EV related sample. I'm carrying that. It's only 1 slot. Are they vomit monsters? They kind of are. There are big ones that vomit, actually vomit, and there's been discussion of Eevee vomiting. But you know what? Yeah, I think they're vomit monsters. Whoa, yeah, Crash. Played this? What do you think? Hey, Thug, thank you for the follow. Welcome. And I missed a couple. At least the killer. Welcome aboard. Still in the dark. Any light at the end of the tunnel?
It's cool,
you
everybody.
ask the
I'm
right
here.
question. C-Star, hey. Welcome. Oh, wait. Happy almost day to you too. I backtrack. Where we need to go. You like the third-person Resident Evil games? Yeah, me too. I'm not. You. Should have used one of those heals I made, but. Four-legged molded. Very fast and nimble. Make sure to get your shots in when they stop long enough for you to do so. Weaker heal. Didn't make them yet. This was... Where are we? Just got off the elevator. That one. Let's make that one. There's an herb somewhere around here we picked up before. I was able to make 2. Or not. Change ammo. I want to stop. Sorry, I just don't feel like pushing those buttons right now. Woo! Okay. Gotta push those buttons. No, don't retry. Just get down and block, or don't. having a hard time keeping my patience for a lot of this stuff in here. There's another herb. Yeah. And I remember where it is. First person, no good for you, huh? Third, over the shoulder. Just a shell on him, I guess. Wait. What? I just used that, but it was green. We had blood spots all over our vision, but we're green. We were green. I think I just wasted that. Wait, you still... He rolled over. I did not even get him in the head. Can you tell I lost a little bit more of my give a shit? Ooh! That. Get behind that. Get wrecked. I don't think we can go under that one. Fucking Lucas. Lucas is the one who booby-trapped a whole level's worth of boxes. I think he did that automatically. Either that or I hit the bumper on my keyboard tray. Damn, that was our good heal, too. Damn. Okay. So Lucas, I think Lucas did that. Lucas, I don't even know who's alive anymore. Lucas is the only member of the Baker family that didn't turn to ash. I thought. Then there was... I don't know. Evie corrupted everyone. The people who were talking about the family, when Evie was talking about the family like she was part of the Baker family, maybe that was never a thing. She was just... painted. I don't know. I have no idea. So at this point, is Lucas alive? Yeah, I think so. Is Jack actually still alive? Did we hallucinate killing Jack 5 times? And Marguerite? I don't know anymore. Chest in here. But there is a chest and a save up ahead. Let's start on 2. Sent Friday, January 16th, 2015, 12:42 a.m. Quad, let's not talk endings of another game here, just for people who haven't played. But I got one of them, and I saw another one. Yeah, if I forget, ask me. I forget. Middle of the night, January 16th, 2015. Thanks to you guys, it's been about a week since my head's been clear and back to normal, and she still thinks she's got me. You guys really need to work on fixing that. Not only does she look like a little kid, but she's about as stupid as one, too. Mom and Dad are still totally under, though. I was wondering, is this whole family obsession something you guys programmed into her? It's kind of fucked up. Hey, this is almost answering my... Did you read my mind, game? That's what I was wondering, this stuff. What's the deal with Mia thinking she was part of the family? It came from Evie, right? Something about Evie getting into them. Is this family shit, this family obsession? It's kind of fucked up. It's like they were testing her. Whoever sent this email, my head's been clear. A week since my head's been clear, she, gotta be Evie, still thinks she's got me. Like, whatever Evie does to people, there's a way to reverse it. Whoever wrote this email was fixed or thought they were fixed, but Evie didn't know that they were fixed. So if Evie has tainted us already and we can be fixed, she might not know. Somehow this is going to play into it. We're going to have an advantage somewhere in here. Family obsession is kind of fucked up. Sent Friday, November 4th, 2015. Very close to our current date, isn't it? Years ago. Bitch Mia's still somewhere in between Evie La La Land and reality. She gets pretty violent, so I locked her up in a cell. Thought maybe Eveline would get mad since Mia's her favorite and all, but she doesn't seem to care. She actually goes and visits her sometimes. She thinks Mia's her mommy. Like I said, your bioweapon is fucked up. September 1st, 2016. Eveline's family obsession is getting out of hand. She's making everyone kidnap more and more assholes off the street to add to her freak show of a family. Maybe she's getting tired of Mia not coming around, but it's a pain in the ass for me because I gotta clean up the mess whenever someone new comes along. By the way, Evie's looking sick or something. Her skin's getting all wrinkly and she's getting gray hairs. Is that supposed to happen? It's almost like she's getting old all of a sudden. Evie, bioweapon, perhaps programmed with some sort of family obsession, kept collecting people and turning them. And the team kept cleaning up the mess. But then Evie got sick. Or something. That's when things went really wrong. Infection report. Report details the symptoms that appear when the bacterium that grows inside of the E-series infects a human. Be sure to read this document more thoroughly before dealing with E-series weaponized assets, hereafter referred to as mold. Initial infection. The mold ingests nutrients from the subject's body to propagate itself and slowly takes over cells within the body. As a side effect of this, the infected subject gains remarkable regenerative abilities. During experiments, we removed arms and legs from test subjects and found that they were able to co-opt the amputated limbs in a matter of minutes. Mid-stage infection. Once the mold reaches the brain, the subject's thoughts become in tune with those of the E-Series asset. The subject starts to hear things and experience hallucinations, and soon comes under complete control of the E-Series asset. If this state continues, the host will lose all sense of ego. Complete infection. After every cell in the body has been taken over by the mold, the subject begins to lose their human form. Physical mutations differ from case to case, but all result in him or her acquiring incredible physical strength. Containing a subject at this stage would be extremely difficult. "10 minutes after dose. Death. "5 minutes after dose, vomiting. E necrotoxin series dosage test. 12 minutes after dose, cell calcification. Really important. Keep looking around first. Okay, here's some meat. This project was instigated in 2000 as one of several concepts for the company's NextBAS, Next Generation Experimental Battlefield Superiority Initiative, working with technical assistance from HCF to develop a bioweapon for neutralizing combatants en masse with minimal direct contact. NextBAS was later folded and all its assets diverted to this project. What makes this project markedly different from conventional weapons is its ability to turn enemy combatants into allies, converting hostile elements into willing servants. The story is picking up a bit, isn't it? Now that we're approaching the very end. Since this effectively eliminates the costs of not only POW handling, but also combat itself. No wonder we had the something and even something redacted information organization chomping at the bit to get on board. So imagine that. Prisoners of war could be converted into allies. In theory. Howdy, boss. The project would never have existed were it not for the discovery of the remarkably progressed vicariant evolution fungus that we commonly term the mutamycete. The fabrication method for each bioweapon has to introduce the mutamycete genome, the pre-stage 4 human embryo, and perform cultivation in a controlled environment over a period of 38 to 40 weeks. The resultant organisms were referred to as candidate specimens and graded based on usability, from the impractical and faulty Series A through D to the perfected E Series. A common appearance was selected for the bioweapons, that of a roughly 10-year-old girl, to ensure ease of blending in with urban refugee populations. The first E Series specimen, named Eveline, has proven capable of secreting the mutamycete something from her tissue at will. It's also of note that Eveline's mutamycete imposes a profound control over body and mind when introduced into a host organism. Tamacete? Probably a better way to pronounce that. We still have to learn a lot about the mechanism by which Eveline achieves and maintains this control, but the working theory is that the vector is similar to the autoinducer pheromones used for quorum sensing in Pseudomonas bacteria. Eveline's control is exerted in a series of discrete stages, the first of which is hallucination. Almost immediately after infection, the subject begins to see images of Eveline, though she is not in fact there, and even hear her voice, which is inaudible to everyone else. Auditions with infected subjects throughout the stages of infection reveal that at first the Phantom Eveline appears to be a normal young girl, sometimes desiring companionship or assistance. As time progresses, she begins making more and more extreme demands, including self-mutilation and attacks on other people. The psychological shock this induces helps to break down the mind's natural barriers to Eveline's brainwashing effect. And by the time mental control is achieved, mutamacete infection has progressed throughout the body's cells, so the body this is almost a good example, for me, a good example of information that was deliberately withheld to be revealed later, but I think it would have added something to the motivation and connection I had with the game and the characters to have it going in. Sometimes the reveal, the aha! Sometimes you gotta let that go to build a connection to the world and the characters to motivate the player. I think I'd have been more interested in doing some of this if I'd had that sooner. But I mean, for me, it's a great frustration when I can't find motivation. Evil Within, we didn't make it through because halfway through the game, what are we doing? Who am I? Why am I doing this? Do I care? Why should I care? This game hasn't quite been that. I know sort of who we are and sort of what we're doing and sort of why, but that connection was tenuous. And if you could interest me in what I was doing, Evie's a bioweapon, not just the creepy girl who looks like she's been plucked out of fear. The people you keep killing over and over. Anyways, some of this information would have motivated me. A little late. Eveline's functions also include the ability to form organisms from mycelia, the fungal filaments. The term organism is used loosely here, strictly speaking. They are superorganisms formed of countless mycelia. What's important, though, is that they exhibit a strong survival instinct and will defend themselves ferociously with the slightest provocation. Their fungal toughness and remarkable strength give them significant battlefield potential. The researchers have been calling those superorganisms the molded, made of mold, and also molded as in shaped. The name has a certain elegance to it. For the treatment of accidental infections, performing on samples of Eveline's body tissue produces a unique fungicidal serum. Administering the serum to an infected subject will cause the mycelia to calcify, but if the subject's cells are already largely invaded, the serum will be fatal. Since the treatment window is so small, the serum's primary use is therefore disposal of infected subjects rather than a cure. So that's how we dealt with one of them. We injected one of the bakers. We used one of the serums we had. Gave the other to Zoe. In exploring the serum's potential, we found that subjecting it to would enhance its effects to extreme potency, becoming a compound we now call E-necrotoxin, which, even in tiny amounts... Yeah, I don't even mind the lore dump. Some of this... Look at what Rain said, and they decided to make their weapon look like a 10-year-old girl because it's a horror game. Well, that's probably the real reason she looks like a 10-year-old girl. But the game justifying it by her being a bioweapon that looks like a girl to infiltrate various populations, including refugee environments, that's enough of a reason. When we're talking about suspension of disbelief and internal consistency, it doesn't always take much, but you gotta give us something. Otherwise, it's inexplicable. So to justify it by saying she blends in with populations by being a 10-year-old girl, okay, it's thin, but it's there and it works. And then she's no longer just the girl from Fear transplanted. She's a girl because she'll blend into populations as a bioweapon. Anyways, keep in mind what you read earlier. Bloodwolf, yeah, Evie looks like an old woman now. That she was graying. Yeah, it didn't say she got bigger, and it just said she was aging. Yeah, looks like an old woman now. Are we near the end of the game? I think we are. I hope we are. Please, no story spoilers. Reminder, it's still a blind playthrough. I'm getting more open about tips, but it is a blind playthrough. So be careful where you tread on the story. Grandma? What about Grandma? Anyways, you get my gears turning when you say that. Keep in mind what you read earlier, that Evie looks like an old woman now. She looks like an old 10-year-old now. See, that's what I was thinking. So let's stay there until we know what's up. For the treatment of accidental infections, performing... Did I read this one already? Even in tiny amounts. Yeah, E-necrotoxin. Subjecting it to something would enhance its effects. Compound we now call E-necrotoxin, which something even in tiny amounts. What's been interesting to observe in Eveline's behavior is her obsession with the concept of family. In experiments we found on multiple occasions that infected subjects were compelled to act as her mother or father, treating her as if she were really their daughter. What did she settle upon family? Why did she settle upon family as the theme for her mental control? This is just speculation, but it could be that she instinctively understands that a family unit is better suited to blending into social groups than a lone girl. On the other hand, well, a sentimental sort might suggest that she's making up for a perceived lack of love in her quarantined upbringing. A parent's love. Or kids are creepy as hell in horror games. That could be the reason. I haven't even touched whatever's in the box over there yet. Flame rounds for the grenade launcher. Neuro rounds. First one we've ever had. Neuro rounds. Inventory work then. We don't have any strong chem, but we do have some plain chem. So let's make another heal. We can make 2. I think we might need these. Got 2 herbs, 2 yellow chem. We can make 2 more heals, stack of heals. We'll take the grenade launcher. We did get some fuel for the burner, but not much. Psychostimulants, I think it's a little late for that. We're not bringing the flamethrower, we're not bringing the fuel. Got enhanced ammo for the pistol. We bring... Just thinking out loud, just playing around. We're definitely bringing the remote bombs, those might be useful. Out of shells, so you know what? Shotgun's not coming. Watch, there'll be shells laying around in the fight or something. We're definitely bringing Evie's blood sample. Or whatever Evie-related sample that is. Lockpick, stimulants, keys, fuels, separating agents. Never got the machine gun. We may end up taking a couple cracks at this. I don't know what kind of fight's coming up. Smells like a fight, doesn't it? Let's make our heals. Inventory's fine. We've got handgun, 40 extra rounds, 12 enhanced, grenade launcher, 2 flame rounds, and 1 neuro round. Sounds like the kind of thing that might be useful on Evie. 5 remote bombs. Sample. What else might we bring? We could bring the burner and some fuel. Thinking about inventory space. We could bring the burner, fuel, and hope that we find more fuel. Deal with this. Oh. Well, that's where the sample is going to go, isn't it? E-necrotoxin. The last briefcase we saw like this was missing text. Destroys cells of any subject based on the E-series bioweapon model. Used only for disposal of E-series assets. The toxin must be first stimulated before use. Do this by placing a sample of an E-series cells into the necrotoxin container. Finally. Necrotoxin for disposal of an E-series asset. I change. Had the pistol out. It said something about changing ammo type. That was it. That mean we can do that here? Yeah, okay. Neuro round is loaded. My thought is neuro round might stun, might disable, might give us an opportunity to inject that neurotoxin. Okay, hadn't messed with the box before I wanted to. Safety saves. I didn't know what we were going to get sucked into. But since we can't, we're going through the save room. So we can't really do anything more there. If we find shotgun shells, I'm gonna wish I had the shotgun. Who votes we take the shotgun even though we don't have any shells? So the chem does us no good without something to mix it with. Can't make fuel for the burner without strong chem, but that chem could be combined with gunpowder, just back up in the chest to make more handgun ammo. I see, boss. You're already thinking ahead to that. Isn't it coming soon? Anyways, but I shouldn't ask because I don't know how this ends or how it ties into DLC, even though I've kind of heard some of that coming. I shouldn't have picked that up. I don't have the 44 mag. Yes, I just tossed that ammo. No point in picking up ammo for a gun I don't have. Wasting inventory space. Hey, Sibor.
Fuck!
Shit, I'm in a corner or something? Not good. Faster. Why is my inventory opening? Oh, it bumped my... Nope, that's... Faster, man. If you're gonna do this and come in here, better be ready to move thy ass! Move! Oh, fuck you. Move. You too, move. Fuck all y'all! Screw you guys, I'm going home. Shotgun ammo. Can I take it, please? Before we find out. Making that lovely noise. My remote bomb. Oh! 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 Okay. Hi. Guys, come over here.
Message coming in.
Rectified.
Patching it through.
KG, thank you for the host.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
We did pick up another herb, so we got another. Health is bad. Let's heal. Health is so-so. We've got a neuro round. We're saving that for Eevee. Fair bit of fuel. If we're saving that for Eevee, let's save it for Eevee. Move. Come on, man. Ready? Almost. Come on, be dead. Be dead, dude. No, he's fucking dead already. Shotgun shells. I'm so glad we brought the shotgun. Low on fuel, but look at all those shells. The flamethrower did its job. Come on. Draggy, draggy. We've got blood spots, but our health is showing green. We've got one regular heal and one strong heal. We got toxin for EV, fuel, grenades, handgun ammo, a few more remote bombs. Just collectibles. Climb somewhere? Why would they do that? Why would they load us up with ammo? That's weird. I'm right by a saves. Ah, machine gun ammo. How about a chest? So I could. Mind map. We may have a ways to go yet. We just got a map for the mine. Guess we're not ready for the last boss fight yet. If we need to drop something from inventory, it's going to be machine gun ammo because I don't have a machine gun. Handgun ammo, enhanced, no, what's what? Handgun ammo, enhanced handgun ammo. Yeah, machine gun ammo. Grandma's wheelchair. We just busted into the house. Oh. Really?
I'm sure of it. It's not here. It's gone. It's gone!
Gone anymore. You gonna ring one more time for me? 119! 119!
This is your fault.
Why am I seeing this?
Technically, you're right. Quadius, we are all Stardust.
Ethan, it's okay. It's okay, it's me. know you didn't mean to hurt me.
Kill him, Mommy.
But you shouldn't have done that! It fucking hurts!
He doesn't want to be my daddy? Then he can die. Now it's Mommy's turn to kill you.
Shotgun is down. Handgun is up. Bombs are right. Knife is left. Our job is to kill Evie, but why don't we just leave out the back? Or the front? I still think leaving's a good option.
You're gonna be one of us. And
One
then
of us.
you'll play nicely.
One of us.
I'm not playing.
No! Get that away from me!
Why'd you show it to her?
Don't need your pity. Please.
Am I gonna be able to do anything or not yet? You actually behind me with the chainsaw? Why would you do that? I'm coming for you. This is going to kill you, little girl. Pretend like you want to give her a hug. Yes, Evie. I'll be your daddy. God, Ethan, you are one dumb son of a bitch. Brother! How you doing? Yeah, I agree it was weird, Sebor. It was weird. Tyler's sister!
Kept you waiting, huh?
You cannot move while lying down. Fuck you! Jesus, you psycho visions of psycho past lives and wives and...
Get away! No, you don't!
Does that mean it's shotgun time?
Leave me alone! No, you don't!
Faster, faster. Be the time to learn to run, man.
Get away!
Too slow.
Leave me alone!
Progress, man!
No, you don't!
Wow, he can block wind, yeah. He can block wind and...
No, don't!
Yes, I get the mechanic. It's boring. You'll have to guard against her attacks. Oh, I had no idea that's what you meant by the LB. Yeah, you're putting it on the screen.
Get away! Leave me alone!
No. This isn't gameplay! This is not gameplay! I don't know what this is, but this is something else. Come on.
Away from me! Stop! Stop! Stop!
I'm not stopping. We're not getting much closer though. It's. Come on! Stop, man! Fucking go! Oh, this is just tedious.
Leave me alone!
Is this what this is what the loading screen said?
No, you don't!
You have to guard against her attacks if you want to get close to her and use the neurotoxin. Can get her. Come on. Told you. Oh, just bad design. Hi, Jim. Oh, it's Grandma. Shocked, I tell you. I'm sorry, Evie. Evie had a hard life. Hi, Evie. I'm melting! I'm melting!
No way.
I have to run away now or something? Oh, fuck. Because why the fuck not, right? Jesus. Retry. Manage items. That's cute.
You.
Why does everyone hate me?
Because you're poorly written. Come on, I want to change ammo types here, yes. Stands there. Come on, reload. Change ammo types there too, man. Whatever. I guess we're dead again. I don't know. What are they? Are we dead? We're not dead? Like Evil Dead 2. That work? Did we win? No, we didn't. What the fuck? What?
You're just a little boy.
What? What the fuck? That doesn't even make no sense. That makes negative sense. It's just whatever. God, this is dumb.
Time, Joel.
Show me your mouth. May as well be a QTE. I mean, I can't see what's going on. It's just. In the face! Well, that was dumb.
Excellent!
Inconceivable!
Not most ever.
Sometimes crazy is the best way to go.
The reveal!
I'm glad we found you.
The connection!
The fuck took you guys so long?
I cannot wait to be done with this babysitting job and come home to my loving husband. I miss you. Oh, I gotta get back to work. I love you, Ethan. I miss you so much. I'm sending tons of kisses. Bye, baby.
Goodbye.
Bye. What the fuck? Yes, Jim.
They say that when one door closes, another
I wish I
opens.
could say it was interesting.
Well, a door closed tonight. And what a long night it was. But not just for me. Me and I weren't the only victims here. So were the Bakers. It was that thing, Evelyn, who made them that way. But now Evelyn's dead. And these guys are here to clean up the mess. I had just come to terms with losing Mia the first time. But now I've lost her again. And the only other door I can see is closed.
Sebor, you ask, fractured butthole? Yes, I could really go for some fart jokes now. And I'm serious. Yes, please, bring on the fart jokes.
Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody.
Now, time to fix up that old house and flip it. That's right. I wonder what full disclosure would require in that case. I don't know. Rain, I don't know. Rex suggests maybe there are multiple endings. If anybody wants to share anything else about the game, talk about endings, ask questions. I don't think I have too many answers, but there's two endings. There's two endings. Okay. Yeah, I got, when I picked this up, I guess I got the deluxe edition or have the season pass for this. I'm not sure how interested I am in playing the DLC when it comes out. Oh yeah, what is the other ending? I was disappointed in this game. There's a reason I put it on the schedule for Halloween. For a 12-hour stream, for the first 12-hour stream we've had since my surgery, since last year. There was a reason I picked this one. I thought it was a safe bet. I thought I was gonna fucking love it based on everything I heard. It's the thing about expectations, you gotta be careful. Oh, what made you decide not to give your wife the medicine? You missed that part of the stream. Well, Novo, she was, as best I could tell, and granted, these things have been cast in a different light now because of the explanations, bioweapon infection, the family obsession, the takeover of your mind. These things have been cast in a different light now. But to answer your question, Novo, I didn't give Mia the medicine because Mia had fucking tried to kill me 3 times already, and we had already killed her multiple times. Mia was psycho. I had no connection to her. At the beginning of the game, I couldn't even remember for 5 minutes that she was our wife. That was a doomed marriage. And I had no connection to Mia. I hated Ethan. I really didn't like the characters in this game. So I couldn't care less about Mia. And when the time came to give the serum to someone, despite Zoe's awful accent, I guess I was being cynical and pissed off. I just didn't care about Mia, about Ethan, about Zoe, about the Bakers, about why we were here. So I'm sorry if you love this game and I've disappointed you or driven you away by not liking this, but can't like them all. I liked October. We played a lot of good games. I discovered some awesome stuff in October. I found out I really liked Resident Evil 1. And I really liked Silent Hill 2. And I really liked Layers of Fear, the main game. And Alice Madness Returns might be my favorite 3D platformer ever. We played a lot of cool stuff in October. Outlast 2, yeah. Hey there, plumber. Now, I thought Outlast 2 was, yeah. I haven't played Resident Evil 2 yet. I'd like to. When the remake comes out, we're gonna play that. I think we'll wait for the remake. Can't like them all. Amnesia was good. I thought Amnesia started very slow But overall, by the end, I could say I enjoyed that one, and I could also see why it was inspiring for a genre of games. Likewise, Resident Evil 1, I not only enjoyed it, but I could really appreciate how it became a classic, why it's been considered a classic for all these years. This will never be on my list of classics. So what was the best of October horror games? C-Star, you ask. That is a good question. I have to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I could be forgetting something that I enjoy just because I'm not thinking clearly. Alice was my biggest surprise. I liked Alice so much. Some people would say that's not a horror game. I think Alice had some of the most thoughtful horror of any of the games we played this month. It was a horror game. It wasn't a survival horror game, but it was warped and dark and very thoughtfully horrorful. So I think Alice was my favorite, but Resident Evil 1 and Silent Hill 2 were both, I don't know how to frame them, but they were exceptional games to play, and they were exceptional history lessons too. Castlevania, we made it through Super Castlevania 4, and some of that was rough for me. But Alice, that was something special. Oof. Wormhole. A wormhole. Yeah, Layers of Fear was excellent. I thought Layers of Fear was some of the better horror of the month, and one of the more effective horror experiences I've had. It was a combination of good jump scares and good psychological horror, building up a story that was twisting and turning the person inside. And then the DLC for that, I just, whew, I didn't like that at all. But the main game worked for me. Yeah, Amnesia. I could see why that was a classic. It's aged quite a bit. It seems rough now. In context, I can see why it inspired many games after it. I had fun playing Amnesia by the end. I had trouble getting into it, but it worked. Do you start eating Alice and Layers of Fear would be your favorite, something to consider playing? Rain, not a fan of the writing in this game. Yeah, I could have seen it. I'm sure it was on the screen already. Who voiced the protagonist? It wasn't Troy Baker, was it? But even if it wasn't, the protagonist voice, which I kept thinking, is that Troy Baker? Is that Troy Baker? Is that Troy Baker? Whether or not it was Troy Baker, it was not an interesting, it was a very, I've heard that a million times. Oh, I need to go do this voice. Troy Baker's awesome. Troy Baker is awesome. And I'm really tired of hearing him as a protagonist voice. So even though that probably wasn't him, that was all I could think was. So there was just nothing, there was no flavor to the protagonist voice. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Could be. Yeah, when Wu was here. No, when when his wife was visiting relatives in town and she came by and we played Dr. Mario. I got that dual stream here. Played Dr. Mario. That was the last. just to bring it full circle. I was expecting this to be an easy, I don't like numbers, 7, 8, 9. I was really expecting to like this game. So that's part of my letdown, is that I set the bar of expectations, and I try not to do that with too many games, and I did with this one. I said, we're playing this for Halloween, 12-hour stream. Everybody said this is the best Resident Evil in a long time. It's gonna kick ass. I'm gonna love it. I didn't love it, which hurts a little extra. No, misbehave. Don't worry about missing the end. It was absurd. It was really silly. It was really silly. Mario would be a fun tonal shift from Resident Evil 7. Mario Odyssey is brilliant. I played more of that last night. Played through the sand level, a great deal of it. Moved on to the next area. Oh, it's fun. Am I going to play Odyssey on the Switch? I'm not sure. I just started playing around with it and really liking it. Maybe. Maybe. For now, I'm just playing it a little on the side. I don't play a lot of games off stream anymore. When I was recovering from surgery, I played Zelda, and I'm just goofing off a little in Mario. Misbehave, I can tell you what happened if you're curious. You don't want to know, plug your ears. I'm going to tell you what happened. We finally caught up with the little girl. There was a slow sequence where she keeps using her psionic powers to knock us back, and we had to do this to block her psionics and walk slowly towards her as she keeps knocking us back. So there was this long timed sequence, not timed, but takes a long time to go from this side of the room to that side of the room, and I failed it once. Eventually we get to her, jam her in the neck. We find out she's Grandma. Why does everyone hate me? Says Grandma. And no, we didn't spend 50 hours in the game. I forgot to turn it off on Tuesday night after the Halloween stream. I just forgot to turn it off. So we actually spent, it was 11 plus today. 12:30. We spent about 14 hours playing this game. 33 restarts. Mr. Everywhere's destroyed, half of them. Those are the bobbleheads, right? Antique coins, yeah. Files obtained, most. Item boxes, healing items, stabilizers, never use stabilizers, steroids, all that stuff. Okay, misbehave. That's not the silly part. That part was fine. That actually should have been the end. So she dissolves. She turns to ash and whoosh, dust in the wind. And then, big giant Evil Dead head comes tearing through the wall, and there's a gigantic head, like, I don't know, maybe 3 feet in diameter, the head, and plus everything around it. And this head comes in, and it has no visible sign of damage, and we just run shotgun, grenade launcher, shotgun, and eventually it swallows us, and then rips the roof off the house, and throws us up in the air, and we fall to the ground, and then it's bigger. I am not shitting you. And then it's bigger than the house. All of a sudden, it's 3 stories tall, and it's looking down on us. Ah! And we can't move, and we're lying on the ground with the shotgun, and we go, boom, 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 a few more times, and then the head goes, ah! And it points us to a new weapon, and there's a new weapon lying on the ground 3 feet away, and we go, ah! Ah! And we grab the gun and we point it again, and this time the head's really close, and we're going, boom, boom, boom. And then the sun comes out, and Chris Redfield shows up in a helicopter and says, "Hi, I'm Chris Redfield. Nice to meet you. Save you." Then we look at our phone, and there's a video of Mia playing on the phone, and we threw it out of the helicopter, and the credits rolled. So seriously, that's what you missed. Game over. And the head had no arms, yeah. Well, it had stuff. So, here's what's next.
You guys are my best friends, through thick and thin. We've always been together, we're four of a kind, having fun all day, palling around and laughing away. Just best friends are we. I love you guys.
Let's play some South Park.